Hey everyone, I hope you are all doing well. I am here with another video of entity and sentiment analysis of natural language API. So let's get started with the second part of the particular Google Cloud Skill Boost and the Google Cloud with the natural language API. So let's start it. It will be requiring 5 credits to start with this particular lab, and this lab actually prefer and to learn about the entity and sentiment analysis with the natural language API that we have seen two labs of this particular topic, which is a natural language API. Quick start we have done, and we have learned the natural language API from the Google Doc as well. So in this particular thing that we're gonna see both the entity and sentiment analysis together. So for that you must be having account and 5 credits for this particular lab as usual. And So what we gonna see in this particular lab is that we're gonna see natural language API. We'll use it and we'll extract entities from text, plain text, and we'll perform a sentiment and syntactic analysis like we have done it in our past video and classify text into categories. In this particular lab, we're gonna learn it, and the key objectives are that we will create an API, natural language API, and then we'll call an API with the call. Then extract entities and sentiment analysis of the text with the natural language API. So we'll see one more thing, which is we haven't seen in my previous lab of the Google Cloud Lab. So we're gonna see one important thing, which is creating natural language API requests in different language. We'll say it. So we'll start with the setup and requirements of the lab. Just click on Start Lab. Uh, because I have done it, so yeah, you can see this that I have done it, so I'm not gonna start the lab again. Yes, you have to start the lab. It will provide password and username, and then it will give you a project ID as well, so you can put it out, and then you are good to go to this particular lab. We'll see this particular Google Cloud dashboard. Then what you're gonna do, you have to create an API. So for that, you have to go to the particular steps. So I have created some sort of slides for the entity and sentiment analysis. So in this particular slides, I'm going to show you that how you can steply follow this step and can create an API key. You have to go to this particular dashboard. You have to go to the API and services, and once you go to the API and services, then you have to go to the credential parts. In the credential part, you will be having this particular dashboard. You have to go to the credential and API key, then you have to just generate the API key, and you have to keep save that particular API key for the further use of the lab. So yeah, you have to step like this, and then your API will be created, then you can close it. After that, you have to go to the navigation part again. Then you will be having compute engine. Why we are using compute engine? We're gonna discuss it later, but you have to go to the compute engine by from the navigation bar, and then you have to go to the virtual machine instances. Once you go the virtual machine instances, you will see this dashboard where you will be having some navigation bar. Then we'll be having this dashboard, and Linux instances will be automatically created by the Google Cloud for this particular lab or for this particular project. You have to go to the SSH. Then when you click on SSH now, so it will create a pop-up. The new window will authorize you first. After that, it will open. It is just like a command line and the CMD or terminal used in VS Code or Jupyter Notebook or PowerShell. So it will be like that. So it will be having like this. You can just check it out here. It will be like this. So you have to just you have created an API key. You have to just import your API key here with the variable API key. After that, nano request. What nano request does, uh, actually, we gonna see it here. You have to first export API key. Then For the making an entity analysis request, you have to request. How you can request? You can request JSON file. So for the natural language API and for the entity analysis request. Uh, I'm not going to discuss about what are entities because I have discussed it in my last videos, and I also discussed about the sentiment analysis as well. So for the entity analysis request, we have to give the nano request in JSON format. Then you have to curl command prompt, or no, command line, you can say. You have to uh, put pass this particular curl command over here, that it has an API key variable that you have exported over here. Then you just click on enter. After that, it will be asking for the result of that particular URL that you have put it out over here for the analyze entities. So to check the result in the JSON file, you have to provide this particular command, get result.json. But before prompting this particular command, you have to write nano.request.json. When you click that, sorry, I forgot to mention, when you click nano request.json, then it will be open this particular dashboard. This particular dashboard is a temporary, or you can say it is a word which is yeah, use nano a code editor. Okay, this is a nano. It is a code editor where you just put it out your JSON file or JSON format code like document, like type and the content and encode type. You just put it this particular plain text just for the analysis of the entities. I have just pasted like Johnny Boiling, who writes under the pen names J.K. Rowling and Robert Galbraith. So I give it to a content over here, and blah blah blah. It has a long text over here. So in a code editor, you have to just put it this particular JSON. So in this nano code, one thing which is very important, if you want to save this content, you have to click first Control X. First you have to click Control X, then you have to click Y, then Enter. When you click Enter, so this particular tab will be saved successfully. After that, you have to run curl command for the API key. First, it will you have to export it, then you have to import it. Then you have to just paste the cat result.json for the result. Then you can see these particular um, result in the JSON format. It has a Wikipedia URL. Like it takes entities from these particular content URL and then responses in chunks in different in different JSON or object file. I hope you got it, the SSH connection. Once again, I'm gonna repeat that you have to go to the SSH button, then it pop-up will be shown like this. You have to put it out some commands, then nano request JSON command will open this particular tab, and you have to put it your JSON like document file and content for the entities analysis. Then you have to just Control X, Y, and then enter, and then it will be saved. Then you have to just put it out some command like curl command and then result command, then it will generate this. It will analyze entities of the content that you have given. Let's move toward the next, and call the natural language API. We have done it, and you can just leave it because the things are same. That's why I'm not gonna repeat it. In this, you are going to analyze entities in a data binary data like these. It can give you an example over here. 53 0, and it has about 96 and 65. This is gonna think this is gonna analyze the data, binary data, and we're gonna analyze scientific natural language API. It is same as well. I'm not going to repeat it again because I have done it in my previous video. It's gonna repeat. It's gonna analyze data and sentiment. Like the sentence is positive, negative, or neutral. You know, we have seen it in my previous video, analyzing entity sentiment, leave it. We have to focus on the multilingual analysis, parts of speech, description. Yes, task 7 is very important, that multilingual natural language processing. So in this particular thing, once again I'm gonna repeat, we have to go to the compute engine. Then you have to go virtual machine instances that will be having automatic creation of instances. Then you have to go to the SSH connection that will be over here. You have to just click on that. That will be open a pop-up. So you have to just export your OpenAI API key that you have generated. Uh, After that, what you have to do, you have to write a command which is nano request.json. Okay. Once you write that particular JSON, that will open a pop-up. Then you have to paste this particular line over here. After that, you have to press Ctrl X to exit Nano, then Y to save the file, then enter. Once you do this, then you have to your this particular file will be saved. Okay. After that, what you have to do, you have paste this particular in a Nano code editor. Then you paste the curl command line. There will be having your API key variable. Then once you enter, then get result.json command that you enter. Then it also analyze the multilingual entities. Like I have given the content in a language which is not understandable, but you don't understand that. But the machine learning model that we have, it is already trained, pre-trained model we are using. So it is understand the multilingual analysis. It does. So yeah, when I run the cat whistle.json, so it understand that and provide the analysis, and it provides in a like different objects in array of the object. It provides that and it analyzes the sentiment and entities of this particular content that we have given. Yeah, you can see that name is like this. We cannot understand it. We cannot read it. So yeah, that is about the entity and sentiment analysis with the natural language API. So this is the thing that I wanted to discuss in part two for the entity and sentiment analysis, how we can work it together and how we can use it practically in such a way to uh, get knowledge about it. We have seen the multi-language sentiment analysis as well. So thank you so much for that. But before ending this particular video, I'm going to show you one thing, which one lab will be challenging lab for you. That you did three labs in a sequence wise. Then the fourth will be the challenge lab. In this particular lab, I'm going to just explain in 1 minute. Then it will be a chatting lab where you will have to create an API key. You have to, analyze the sentiment with multilingual sentiment analysis and entities analysis. After that, you have to save that particular analysis in a file, in a TXT file at the end. So you have to create some commands, some steps that are given over here in this particular lab, and some commands are not given over here. You have to just remember these lab starts so that you can apply these three lab starts over here. So which is important. You have to follow the same step that I have you know show that I have shown you in this particular video. Like you have to go to SSH, you have to create an API, then the model will no new tab will be open. You have to put it some sort of command line over there. Then you have to save that particular JSON file in a way. So yeah, this is the challenge that I recently done it, and if you are going to do it, so best of luck for that. It is easy, but some steps are not defined over there. If you are remember with these particular lab starts, so you can easily do it. So yeah, I wanted to share that. And once you complete this particular lab, you will get a course badge, which is like this. Yeah, analysis sentiment with natural language API.